NetherRealm Studios recently invited our cameras to their exclusive preview event celebrating the reveal of Mortal Kombat 11.
What is up, Los Angeles?
And as if a full day of embroiling oneself into a pure Mortal Kombat pop-up wonderland wasn't enough, die-hard fans were rewarded for their passionate allegiance to the franchise with an exclusive look at new MK11 gameplay. We had a chance to sit down with gaming legend Ed Boon to find out what fans can expect from the latest installment of this martial arts masterpiece.
Well, the work behind this title was all about changing the fighting mechanic and the rules of how the meters work was a big thing. The last 4 games that NetherRealm has done, we've had a meter kind of at the bottom of the screen that the player would use to enhance his offensive moves and enhance his defensive moves or save up to do a super move. With Mortal Kombat 11, we've separated all 3 of those components. So there's an offensive meter, which is the horizontal one. There's a defensive meter, which is the vertical one. And the fatal blows are put on the player's health bar when it reaches below 30%. So the player doesn't have to worry about, I'm going to use this resource for these moves, so I'll never be able to do a super move.
New meters allow for new strategies, and that's just part of a host of changes.
Changing our visuals, changing our fatalities. They end with this big splash, like a moment in time that, is kind of pauses everything, which goes along with the whole theme of, Chronica and controlling time and time travel and all that stuff. So it really kind of fits together.
Another key factor when it comes to this game, of course, the characters.
Mortal Kombat X introduced, character variations, which is basically 3 versions of every character. There were 3 Scorpions, 3 Sub-Zeros, 3 Raidens, etc.
MK11 takes this one step further by allowing players to customize variations as they choose.
So, and the player gets to name the variation, choose the costume pieces he's on, choose the costume overall that they're using, program what those gear pieces do in terms of helping them with gameplay. So I think fans of Mortal Kombat, it'll be a big deal to be able to make your own versions of these characters.
Also at the reveal, Ed and his team announced a new voice to Mortal Kombat 11, and she's no stranger to the ring.
We have friends and acquaintances that work in video games and WWE, UFC. At some point, somebody said, wouldn't it be cool to have Ronda Rousey in Mortal Kombat? And we said, hey, her as Sonya would be a perfect thing. So she plays a really big part in the story. She voiced all of her lines, so we're very excited to see her.
And there's another returning fan favorite in development that has remained under wraps until right now.
D'Vorah is one of the ones that we are bringing along into Mortal Kombat 11. Right here is the first time we've announced it in terms of you guys know first. So we're excited to see her and her new moves as she plays in the game, in this new kind of sandbox.
New characters, new visuals, new strategies all add up to a new experience, which is what keeps the Mortal Kombat franchise, well, immortal.
Mortal Kombat 11, the camera's a little bit closer, it's more intense, it's close-up fighting, there's a lot more in terms of like jockeying back and forth, space control and strategy. It's more of a strategic-paced game as opposed to a rushdown. We want people who play Mortal Kombat 11 to feel like it's a different game than Mortal Kombat 10, different game than Mortal Kombat 9, and so on.